All right, if we can come together, please, to begin our meeting. And we welcome our visitors this evening, and Adriana, we welcome you also. So if we would like to prepare ourselves, and Adriana Rethich, Chaplaincy Leader at Notre Dame, will begin with our prayers.
Tonight's prayer is an adapted version of evening prayer from the Divine Office, where it's L or R, that's leader and response, and left side, right side. Left side will be this side, my right, and then the right side will be my left. O God, come to my assistance. O Lord, make haste to help me. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. And we all say, the King of the earth will bring his glory and honor into the holy city. You, Lord, with all my heart. You have heard the words of my mouth. In the presence of the angels I will bless you. I will adore you for your holy temple. I thank you for your faithfulness and love, which excel all we ever knew of you. On the day I called, you answered. You increased the strength of my soul. All earth's kings shall thank you when they hear the words of your mouth. They shall sing the Lord's praise. How great.
Reading from the book of Colossians. Let the word of Christ, rich as it is, dwell in you. In wisdom made perfect, instruct and admonish one another. Sing gratefully to God from your hearts in psalms, hymns, and inspired songs. Whatever you do, whether in speech or in action, do it in the name of the Lord Jesus. Give thanks to God the Father through him.
Thank you very much, Adriana. That was a beautiful prayer service. Thank you. Thank you. So as we go into our board agenda, 1.2, the motions adopted in camera. Madam Vice Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have Acting Department Head, Canadian and World Studies, Civics, Assumption Secondary School, Ryan Duffy, appointed effective February 3rd, 2014 to August 31st, 2014. We have Acting Department Head, English, ESL Moderns at Holy Trinity Secondary. That's Kristen Davidson, appointed effective February 3rd, 2014 to August 31st, 2014. Acting Secondary Vice Principal at Corpus Christi, Paul Thompson, appointed effective February 28th, 2014 to March 31st, 2014. And in hirings, we have Carolyn Blundy, Chelsea Caddick, Mark DeCicco, Michael Fucciarelli, Lorianne Mancinelli, and Sarah Marson, effective February 3rd, 2014. And in resignations, we have Carla Hosseini, effective January 31st, 2014. That's it.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Any declarations of conflicts of interest? We don't seem to have anything. Joe? Thank you. Just make sure I wake up there. Presentations, we don't have any. Delegations, we do not have any. I'm sorry, did we not approve the agenda? My apologies. Approval of the agenda, please. Ed, thank you. Seconded by Paul, thank you. All in favour? Thank you. Down to approval of minutes. 6.1, can I have a mover, please? Trustee Rowe, seconded by Trustee Marai. Any questions? All in favour? Thank you. Business arising from previous meetings. 7.1, summary of outstanding items on page 9 of your package. Any questions to that? No? Okay, thank you. No action items, no staff reports. 10.1, student trustee update. Trustee Maria.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This Thursday, Jason, Erica, and I leave for Ottawa to attend the OSAECO conference. We also have our next Senate meeting next week, and we'll continue planning our gala and our conference in May. Thank you.
Questions for our student trustees? No? Thank you very much. Profitable, wonderful trip. We'll miss you. 10.2, educational field trips. Superintendent Cipriano, please. Thank you. Any questions for Superintendent Cipriano? No? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As most trustees are aware, we had our public consultation meeting last night at Bishop Redding Secondary School, and we have a copy of the interim report in your package, and we'd be pleased to answer any questions that trustees may have. Overall, we felt that as a staff that the meeting went very well. Although we had a large number of people there, it was fruitful in terms of the information that we received. The information is going to be another opportunity for parents to submit their comments and feedback. Will be online. That's been posted today, and we'll know by a week or so what that information is, and we're on schedule to bring a report back to the board on the 28th of February, posted for the community, and we'll give a presentation on the 4th of March.
Thank you. Any questions for Superintendent Corbaccio, Madam Vice Chair, Trustee Lemay, Trustee Marai, and Trustee Viana?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a comment. I just wanted to let staff know I think everything went extremely well last night. I think it was very well organized. I think people had a chance to say what they had to say. It was nice that a lot of the trustees stayed afterward to listen to the individuals who hung around to vent a little more. Some of them are, I think, very justified in their concerns. But I did just want to say that I think it was very well organized, and I think we'll have a very good and constructive result as an ending to that.
Thank you. I just also have a comment, and
I think that the people in Milton, they seem to be more and more understanding that that we don't like to do this either, all these boundary reviews, and I think that they're beginning to really understand that it's the ministry that controls when the schools are being built, and you can't just go and say, I want to build a school 2 years down the road. That you have to actually have the bodies there to fill the school. And I think that the comments I got were they were very impressed with with last night, and I think that they're coming to terms with all the upheavals that seem to go on in Milton. So, job well done to everybody.
Thank you, Trustee Murray.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a comment and one question. The comment being that I think what was most impressive was the ratio of staff to attendees as well. I think that says something about the board and what we're doing to listen, and of course the trustees there as well. But I did have a question concerning the communication we're doing with the schools and parents after the fact. So I know that it has gone up on the website, but are we also sending it out through schools by email, or is it going in their newsletters? Like, how is this getting to parents now after the fact who couldn't make it out, or is it just the website?
Thank you. Did you want to add anything to that, Paula? No. Okay. And Trustee Biana?
Thank you, Madam. It was very constructive, that meeting last night with the parents, and seems to me they are very understanding the number of students in the schools. My kids, some of them, they say they're moving once, now the second time they're moving again, but they understand the impact. They say, it's okay, I understand the impact because my kid has 800 students on that school, and that's too many. I feel, very sincerity with the people there, and I went table to table. Some comments I picked up was about, I have 3 different tables. We talked about uniforms. So they have to, I said, no, it's going to be consolidation. He said, don't worry, that won't be no problem. I said, are you sure? He said, I'm positive. Then he said, okay, I have no problem. So it was excellent. And I think to you, Madam, and to our director and Giacomo, I think was an excellent, and I believe was over 80% okay. I think we did a big step yesterday. We gained. And I have a comment for Giacomo. He said, do you have people send you emails today from Milton?
I'm not sure. We probably did receive some correspondence today. They probably went to the website. I personally didn't receive. I received a couple of questions from our committee members regarding the milestone dates and what the next steps were, but not from the general community. They have gone to the website.
Okay,
but
thank
we
you.
are expecting more comments coming within the next week.
Okay, let us inform next meeting.
Yeah, perhaps Lisa can expand upon the communication.
Lisa? have received negative comments, particularly for the people that were transferred 3 years ago. Sitting at this board table, we transferred them 3 years ago, and now we're moving them again. So that has been the tremendous bulk of the comments that I have heard. But I have heard other comments about them not wanting to go, absolutely. So I don't know if I would say 80% are in favour of moving. Absolutely not. I cannot share that. No, I cannot share that sentiment, I'm afraid. But I would like to thank the director and senior staff for all turning out last night, and I would like to thank Lisa, obviously, and the Catholic Education Centre staff who came, and the administrators, all the principals and vice principals. And there were administrators there who were from Oakville schools and other schools outside of Milton, and so they gave up their evening to come. So it was a tremendously supported endeavour, and I think very well organised, and that doesn't come easily. It's the result of a tremendous amount of organisation and work. So I very much appreciate it, and Bishop Redding did an amazing job of making sure the cafetorium was ready for us, so we do appreciate it. So 5, Canadian Black History Month. 10.4, I'm sorry, kindergarten. How could I forget kindergarten? Thank you. Year 4 kindergarten, Superintendent Carpaccio.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is just a simple information report. We're bringing forward a staff report at the next board meeting, and it relates to year 4 projects that we haven't been able to commence because we were still waiting for some enrollment information and some other project statuses. But we hope to bring forward a report for Holy Rosary Milton, a kindergarten edition, as well as for St. Francis of Assisi at the next board meeting.
A question, if I may, Giacomo. How long does it take to put these particular additions onto the schools? I'm thinking primarily, St. Francis, as we know, has a small site, and so does Holy Rosary. How long will it take? Will it take the same year that it's taking the other 2 schools to be done?
These additions aren't, well, the Holy Rosary one is probably about the same size as what's happening currently at St. Anthony and at Guardian Angels, because we're replacing classrooms within the school because of the footprint there, so it may take about a year to do those ones. And Francis might take a little less time because it's a simpler addition to it. But it could be a little bit complex, and that's another reason why we waited to do the Holy Rosary until the end.
And you think there'll be enough room on both those sites for the schools to operate, given?
Well, we're hopeful of that. We have our proposals in place. The school superintendents and myself and Alex are meeting with the school principals, and actually tomorrow, hopefully. And we've met also with Brennan about some of the other program features we want to put into both facilities. So we're going to run everything by the administrators to make sure that we can make this work and mitigate any disruption to the school community. But it's unavoidable. We can't do it in 2 months, these type of projects, so we're going to have to work through them. And because of the interaction with students, as we've learned with our other projects, it just takes longer, and it just needs more coordination and patience on everyone's part.
Trustee Moray?
Through you, Madam Chair, just to staff, how does, and this is further down the line, but how does the coordination of the actual materials for the full-day kindergarten work? And the reason why I ask this is because sometimes we rush to complete all these many additions and rooms or new schools, and September comes, for instance, and you don't actually have the materials, all the necessary materials in the classroom. And I'm just wondering, what's the process from that standpoint of ensuring that that coincides when the school's open or the addition's open?
So you're talking about the academic program?
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
If I may, Madam Chair, I'll start because we're the hold-up. Because the schools usually don't get done till towards the end of the summer or the weekend of Labor Day. But the materials are all pre-ordered. The principals work closely with the purchasing departments, and there's a standard list of items depending on the scope of the project, whether it's kindergarten or a full school. And all the materials are ordered. We try and get deliveries done to the school, and we try to do the setup. But it is a bit of a marathon to try and get everything together at the last second. And even when we open it up, there's a lot of setup and coordination that's required. So it does take some time to get things set up.
Director, would you like to speak to the academic program?
Just to follow up with that, Paul, the new classrooms get an allotment, like Giacomo says, with the hard and the soft materials in the classroom, and that comes along with the funding for that particular year. So, and you can imagine that a lot of schools are ordering the same kinds of materials across the province. So sometimes it could be back orders for, water tables, sand tables, all those things for first-time equipping. But that's here nor there. We have to make sure that our classrooms are equipped, but they come in dribs and drabs depending on the supplier. Okay.
Thank you. No other questions on the kindergarten? All right. So 10.5, Canadian Black History Month, Superintendent Igor.
Through you, Madam Chair. In New Glasgow, Nova Scotia in 1946, Viola Desmond developed car trouble and decided to go to the movies while repairs were made. She bought a ticket, entered the theater, and took a seat on the main floor, unaware that tickets sold to African Canadians in this town were for the balcony, and the main floor was reserved solely for white patrons. Theater staff demanded that she go to the balcony, but she refused, since she could see better from the main floor. The police were summoned immediately, and she was dragged out, which injured her hip. She was charged and held overnight in jail. She was not advised of her rights. Maintaining her dignity, Desmond remained sitting up, wearing her white gloves, a sign of sophistication and class at the time. The following morning, despite not having done anything wrong, she paid the imposed fine of $20. Besides being fined, she was charged with defrauding the government of Nova Scotia of the difference in the tax between a ground floor and a balcony seat, which amounted to 1 cent. I tell the vignette of Viola Desmond, Madam Chair, because it illustrates things that we learn about our own histories and about the people that make up the rich mosaic of this country. The Halton Catholic District School Board is very proud to participate in activities related to Black History Month. And through those, we are attempting to teach our students and our staff about the rich history of this country, as well as instances, modern day and otherwise, of racism that still exists in this country. In fact, Statistics Canada 2 years ago documented the number of hate crimes in Canada, and 2 neighboring districts to ours show the highest rates of hate crimes still in this country, and most of those hate crimes are based on race. I want to thank Vice Chair Yan Tomasi for attending the kickoff at St. John's in Oakville. She was a model dancer for the board. She brought tremendous remarks in the opening greetings and really represented the board well. We were all very proud that day. There are pictures of her dancing exploits up on the web for you to examine, and if we're all well behaved, she agreed to lead us in dance at the end of this meeting to show us some of her moves. But that kickoff was a very fitting start to Black History Month, and we are very pleased to host a number of events, as you see in front of you in that report. One of the signature events of the month has us welcoming Director Paul Saltzman, who was the director of Prom Night in Mississippi. We're showing that at 2 of our schools with both the high school students in the morning and the feeder school students in the afternoon. The film documents the real-life story of a town in Charleston, Mississippi, who up until 2009 had a segregated prom. Actor Morgan Freeman made a generous offer of funding their first integrated prom, and the movie recounts the stories of everyone involved in that particular venture. So we're very proud to have an award-winning director both at our schools in the month of February. He has agreed to work with our film students while the movie is being shown and leading a discussion after that movie. And we would invite all of you to join us for any of the events this coming month. and I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you. Trustee Lemay?
Just one question, Jack, what are the times for all these? Are they posted somewhere?
We will have updated information on all of those on our website, so we would invite you to look on our website. For prom night, we want to start that at 6 o'clock in the evening for our parent community. We will have a local artists display some of their work related to Black History Month from 6 to 7, and the showing of the film will begin at 7, followed by a brief discussion with the director.
Okay, so it's on the board's website?
Yes, it will.
Okay. Now, and I just have another comment. Tomorrow night is the kickoff for Black History Month and Multicultural at Oakville Town Hall at 6:30, and they have all of Town Hall is done with artwork that has been done by local citizens, some students, and it's always a really well-attended event as well. So tomorrow night.
Thank you,
I was
Trustee
there
Lemay.
last year.
It's important to mention that we've established many really excellent partnerships with local organizations that have invited our students to submit art to be shown during the month, etc., or with the Burlington Caribbean Connection, who is a co-sponsor of some of the events. So we've used the opportunity to reach out to the community organizations locally to establish partnerships with them.
Thank you. Any other questions for Jack? No? All right, so maybe we could think about trying to make some of the events that are occurring right across the region in the next couple of weeks. I know on Saturday the 15th at the Milton Library there is a musical event there. It's a Saturday afternoon, so it's always nice in Milton on a Saturday, like any other day, so please feel free to visit. Any questions for Superintendent Brown on the SEAC minutes? Nope. All right. The correspondence, you have a response from the region of Halton. We had talked about this before. It emanated out of our meeting with the City of Burlington officials. Students crossing Highway 5 at Dundas, so we're looking at a community safety zone, which is nice. It's a step up. We're getting there. We don't have any open question periods. No questions. All right. We do not have to go back into camera. We do not have... Yes? I'm not there yet, Ed. I'd like to drag this out. Resolution we have... We have no absentees, so we will have the adjournment, and then Trustee Maria will lead us in prayer. Is that correct? Trustee Lemay? Thank you. Seconded by Trustee Viana. All in favor? Thank you. And Trustee Maria.
Please join me in the sign of our faith. In the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. O Jesus, have mercy on your holy church. Take care of it. O Jesus, have pity on poor sinners and save them from hell. O Jesus, bless my father, my mother, my brothers and sisters, and all ought to pray for as your heart knows how to bless them. Amen.
Safe drive home. Thank you. Good night.